Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're sunny day today.
Yeah, we've had some weird days. It's like overcast, raining, then 2 hours later it's boiling hot standing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't know what to
Yeah,
do.
exactly that. Like literally from rain to 28
and it's not
degrees.
cold.
No, it's not cold, but you're
And
just going to wear your
actually, some of the days that I've gone out for, like, I've made a point of going out for a walk in the morning now before I start work, which is nice.
It's good.
And when it's overcast, like, it's actually been quite nice.
Yeah.
The walks,
fresh.
Even this weather now, it's still getting a little bit hot.
Well, I know I'm in trousers and a very knitted thick top, but I did think that today. I thought, oh, it's getting hot. You know, when we're going to start moaning it's hot rather than moaning it's cold. You know what I mean?
And we're all moaning like, oh gosh.
I did think that earlier, like, oh, actually, let's just cool it off for a little bit longer, you know, of that enjoying the warm weather.
We've had that nice bit where it is like trousers and a little t-shirt and no jackets needed, and you can go out in the morning or in the evening and it's okay. Like, that is ideal. We're in the perfect time.
That is my favourite time of year where it, before and just after sort of summer, or a bit after summer, you know what I mean? When it is just enjoyable. And another thing is, well, it has been recently because they've done that, but it's not so busy everywhere. You can park, you can go to the beach, you can have space wherever you go. Everything's in the supermarket.
Now's the time to get outside.
As well, why it's my favourite time.
Now's the time to do all those things, itch all those like itches, so that
because you go hibernation in the aircon.
Step away from all of that crap.
we literally hibernate yeah, we do. We have to. We have to. It's too much.
It is.
But anyway, it's been a good week.
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying to you, I've had a very busy week. Well, very busy week, you know, just with kids stuff, generally. Just life, really. I just feel really tired today. I feel like it's Thursday evening and it's not. It's Tuesday beginning of the week. Yeah.
I
just feel like
it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Tuesday.
We're not even halfway yet. So I do feel a little bit like, it's been a lot.
I think it's because the kids have had a long weekend, because we have Fridays off.
Yeah.
But the kids are off Friday, so we didn't have our usual reset day to catch up.
True. But I just feel really, I don't know why I'm so tired. That's the thing.
I said to Liam though, like, I feel exhausted. Yeah. Like, I'm dying for bed by 10 o'clock.
I could
struggling to get up at 7 or 7. Like, it's really
It is, I feel a bit like that. Or if I'm home and not at work, I could have a siesta.
Yeah.
Like
I literally did.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think it was Saturday. Yeah, because Friday I did a proper Stacey Sullivan clear out of my house.
I did see that, with regret.
Well, it starts off all excited, and then it's like, oh crap, now there's stuff everywhere, and I'm sick of making decisions whether to keep stuff or find somewhere for it to live. So yeah, you do regret that halfway through. You have to like power through.
It's true. Well, I've done it, but I haven't powered through. I can't really do anything, because what happened was, over the weekend on one of the nights, Mitch and Morgan went out to like a boxing night, so just me and Lexi at home. And as the night I don't know why I even did it so late on. This is the thing. It's not like I started it in the morning.
Yeah, but you get them stupid ideas late at night.
The kids are swapping rooms, right? It's not just a clean up. I fully emptied the room. Like, okay, what am I going to do? Where are they going to sleep? what am I doing? I don't even have a plan. Like, I literally just started emptying everything into the living room. So half of it, obviously I have to put the beds back, but half of it is like just in the living room, and I'm not going to do that because I need to finish it. But that's a big job, like that is a big job. 2-bedroom. Yeah. What's it called? Like refurb or what do you want to call it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just did.
So I did a bit of you.
My summer clothes.
I kind of did it. I started it. Didn't get anywhere.
I've still got loads of stuff in that hallway. Like, but it's annoying because, like, fair enough, the stuff that you know you want to like ditch. Like, stuff that's not that great, right? Yeah, put it by the bins, leave it for, you know, the people to come and collect it, whatever. Bin men or people who go around collecting stuff. Yeah, that would do. I'll put it on the side of the bin, people will take it. Then I feel better about myself. Like, oh, it's being used, it's fine. But then there's stuff that's like, I really should sell that. Yeah. But I can't be bothered to sell it, so I'm just going to leave it in my hallway for a couple of weeks until it annoys me, and then I'll just put it by the bins anyway.
That's what my sister-in-law does. Yeah. Every single time. Whereas I do the opposite in terms of I'll keep it. Mitch hates it. Mitch fucking hates it. He literally is like, stop keeping. You're either getting rid of it or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he hates the fact that when he sees piles of stuff, he's like, come on. Like, I'm going to put that on Vinted, or that's going to go to the car boot or whatever. And he's like, it's not.
I put a whole, like, outside one of our storage cupboard thing. The whole thing was piled up for car boot sale. Yeah. And then I realised that you have to get there like 6 o'clock in the morning, which is fine. But then I was like, right, well, I was going to make Kason come with me so that he could like do some sending and stuff. But then I'm like, one of my friends said, well, yeah, sometimes they let you drive in, sometimes they don't, and you have to park. And I'm like, well, do I leave my child unaccompanied while I go park the car? Do I not? And then I was like, this is complicated. I'll just put it off.
Just go. It is, don't get me wrong, obviously we've done it. I wouldn't like to do it on my own.
Yeah. I don't think Liam would come with me, so it's like I've got to do
But I would be able to do it with you. Like, for example, Sian, our friend, does it on her own, smashes it out on her own, like the whole thing. But
she's the one who told me, I normally leave one of the girls with the stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but your kid's a teenager.
Yeah, but also she can just do it. I would flap a little bit with it.
Yeah.
The way everyone comes over to you, like I'm robbing you, literally.
Yeah, but she's used to that like bar environment. She's got that banter. I haven't.
So I'm better off
that
with
Mitch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to wait till we do one, because Mitch will be happy for me to do one, because we've not long done one, say, whenever. Do you know what I mean? And I've got to, it's like, God's sake, I thought we were going to go a bit longer before we started piling the shit up again. Do you know what I mean?
No,
but it happens. It happens.
No, I've tried to put stuff to one side, and it was away for ages, to the point like the room even stuff was going mouldy because I've left it up so long.
Yeah. That's
like the
a waste, isn't it? You would have been better off leaving it next to the bin, like
100%. Yeah. So I've still got a few of those things to decide to clear out.
And that was only one day. That was literally one day of our week.
Yeah, well, I did so much on that Friday of clearing out that I was like, I'm going to keep going Saturday and Sunday. Oh, I was fucked all weekend. Fucked all weekend. Like, I did nothing. Well, and that's the Saturday I ended up having a nap in the afternoon.
Oh, well, there you go. Just from a sort your life out, literally. Yeah. I had a lot of, I didn't personally, it sounds like I had all these rehearsals. I just had to take my child there. That's a lot, right? I don't know. She just had a lot of rehearsals coming up because it was Sevillanas, which is the flamenco celebration.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of rehearsals, and she had 2 days of performances. So that, like when it's a run up to it, she had her 2 nights, which was fab. She absolutely smashed it. They both did, me and her on it. And the show on the second night, which was on the stage, because the first night they actually opened the feria of the Sevillanas. Right. So before anyone could walk in, they did a dance, and then the lights turned on and whatever, you know what I mean, and it was open. And then the next night they did a dance on the stage, and it was really like, when people say they go to like the ballet and whatever, you want to say, it was so emotional, and I don't. I'm like, oh, okay, great. But I've got a bit like that in the story of how they were performing, not just like because my daughter was dancing, my niece was dancing. It was generally the story of the whole thing through the dances. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like they had 4, and then obviously there's older ones and younger ones and in that flamenco group.
Yeah.
But the way the teacher had just made it, I just thought it was incredible, and we was all a bit like this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was.
That's
really,
good. But
really
it's nothing
cool.
worse than doing like going to kids things and being like, "Where's this?"
Yes, and it was. Well, it was like, what's the word? I say art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
That's
really
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, now I sound like one of them people. But it's true. It was so good.
And I enjoyed the ballet.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And then, what it's like at these things, especially over here, there's fairs and whatever going on. And the kids were saying, we want to go to the fair, we want to go to the fair. And so on the last night, we'd said that they could go after they'd performed or whatever. And then we realised like each ride was like a 4-euro ride. I'm not being tight, but we got a lot of kids, all right? And I was like, they're not even like great rides. Do you know what I mean? So my sister-in-law was like, I'd rather just take him to like the local like theme park, small theme park thing. You know what I mean?
Get more value.
Yeah. At the time, like I was like, yeah, great, because that means we'd been there all week. It was a long night sort of thing, and I was like, yeah,
save yourself probably 50 quid.
That's a great plan. Do you know what I mean? Let's do it. So we said to the kids, right, would you want one go on this fair, or would you like to go over the weekend and we'll go to like Polar Park, which is like a local little
theme park.
Theme park. Like, yeah, we want to go there with us. So let's go home.
So you got out of one thing, and then the day comes.
Yeah. So then the day came. I'm not gonna lie. It was Spanish Mother's Day, so like I just wanted to chill. And I was like, like, funny enough, actually. My sister-in-law had said, there's this link where you can get in free, right? So great. They do this once a year thing where you can get in free. We'd registered, because initially it was only going to be me and Lexi. And then the others came anyway. Anyway, so we get up in the morning, I'm packing like a lunch and and I'm going, oh, you know, I'd rather get there earlier to get home earlier, do you know what I mean? But I really can't. We don't feel like going, do you know what I mean? Anyway, we went, got in for free, and we stayed there till like 7 o'clock or something like that. It was brilliant. We had such a good day. It really wasn't busy. The kids at one point were on a roller coaster thing and they wasn't even getting off. They just kept going around. Literally, that's how it was. And they just had the time of their life. Tell a lie, I think spent like 20 quid on ice cream. Yeah. Because it was nice, do you know what I mean? But it was just, in the end, I was like, oh, I'm really glad I came. We had a really, really good day. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Especially because during the week, that was going to say, because the reason it was supposed to be me and Lexi was because earlier on in the week, or the week before, end of the week before, Morgan had hurt his ankle foot. That's
know how he feels.
Yeah, right. So this is another thing. The school had rang me when I was at work and said, oh, Morgan's hurt his. I couldn't hear if they said rodilla or tobillo. So I was like, oh, he's hurt something on his leg, right?
Sitting in class.
Right. So the time, right? So the time, and you know, sometimes you think he's explaining it. Yeah. So I was like, look, I'll ask his dad and let you know. Well, Mitch was like, well, I'm just on a job, and by the time I get there, because it's obviously not local, it's going to be nearly the end of school anyway. So I was like, should we just leave him there? Because he's all right. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. So then...
it's not like a headache or he feels sick.
No, he's not throwing out. He's banged something on his leg as far as I could hear.
Sit in a chair.
Yeah, it wasn't like... as far as I could gather, it wasn't like you need to come urgently, you know? Yeah. And so I voice noted, then just said, oh, just so you know, just sit him somewhere and we'll be there at the end. But just before, if not, we'll get there as soon as we can. But it'll be more than likely it'll just be the time at the end of school. Well, Mitch has gone and got him. Oh, he's come out and he's this huge bloody foot. Yeah, he's hurt himself. We've had to go emergencies. He's waited there till God knows what time at night. Mitch won't wait. So we didn't wait any longer after like 3-4. I would have sat it out, but he was like, I'm not. After 3-4 hours, he was like, I ain't waiting. Spoke to the lady and went, how is it? Is it busy? She was like, it's very busy. He's not priority. He was like, fair enough, but I'm just going to go. Do you know what I mean? So he came home. It's obviously still, he hasn't been seen to. I don't know if it's broken. I don't know anything. Do you know what I mean? And then, so the next day we took him to emergencies at the doctor's, hoping that we'd just get a referral. It'd be quicker, which we did. That was done. Hasn't broken it, but it's very inflamed and at risk of break if he does knock it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, oh, God. So all of this, I felt so guilty as well. Bless him, do you know, the only ever time I've ever done that. I've gone straight away no matter what, even if they say, oh, their tummy hurts. I'm like, okay,
that was going to be my question. Do you just jump and pick them up, yeah. Or do you go, unless it's urgent, then I'll
honestly, usually, yeah, I'd go straight away. I wouldn't question it. I'd go, just go. And this, honestly, me and Mitch just looked at each other and was like,
there's one time we don't.
I mean, he was all right, obviously, but
it's, yeah.
It was just a bit like,
that you thought.
Typical. You know what I mean? That is absolutely typical. And then I had an experience. Oh, let's talk a bit, though. I'm just going to rant about my week.
Rant on.
Because then with this, the doctor had, poor Morgan, had told him no football for 3 weeks, no sport for 3 weeks, obviously no PE, nothing. And that's all he does. Yeah. And so that was a bit long, but had recommended for him to wear like a boot support, which we thought was a bit much anyway, but okay, it's okay if I appreciate your support in that term, because sometimes they're a bit like that, aren't they? Yeah. It's not broken, give it time.
Pick your foot up.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's quite good. So I'd gone to a pharmacy and obviously they're not just there, are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to order
it in.
Yeah. And then that took like 2 or 3 days. In those days, he seemed to be kind of getting a bit better. Don't get me wrong, I was still very like wary because I did have this thing in my mind. The doctor was like, look, if he does bang it where it's so inflamed, he is very risky.
Yeah.
But he just seemed to be walking a little bit better on it. Do you know, I don't know, he couldn't kick, he couldn't do anything like that, but he definitely seemed to do better. And I was like, does he need the boot? You know what I mean? Does he need the boot? Anyway, more days went on. Oh, they rang me and said it was there. And then this is literally in the middle of Sevilla. I answered while I was there. And then the next day, it was festivo, wasn't it? And whatever, like holiday. And then it was a weekend. And then by them days, he's just got so much more better. Again, he's not perfect, but so much more better.
Mine was like that the first day on
Yeah, awful.
Like really bad, then all of a sudden just...
You can feel really, that, yeah. Because even then I'm like, careful. And he's like, but it feels all right, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, do I want to put this massive, like it was a massive thing that you'd have broken.
I don't want to pay for it when he's finished.
Yeah,
that.
€100.
What?
Yeah. 90 euro to be exact, but yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know.
I definitely would be paying that.
But I would, exactly, well this is it, but me and Mitch, so we would have just done it and just dealt with it. And, you know what I mean? Just sat in the cupboard, never got used. But I thought, like let's be, you know, like realistic here, and let's say like you don't need it, but let's let the pharmacy know out of respect. So I rang her and I just said hi. You know, his foot's a lot better. He's not needing the boot, so you can send it back to like the fabrica, wherever. You know what I mean? Yeah, the company.
Or just put it on the shelf.
Yeah, she proper had to go at me, and I was just a bit like. At first, I was a bit like, "I'm really sorry." I said I could help you pay for the transport. I ordered it urgent, and I was like, "Well, anyway, nothing of this was said. I offered to pay on the day when we'd ordered it, and all these things." Do you know what I mean? And yeah, and I was a bit like, oh, at first, I didn't really expect that reaction. I was like, okay, no problem, thanks for letting us know. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Not a whole like proper rant at me, yeah. And then like she's going on at me, and then you know when something just switches in you, like you lose your thing, and I'm like, oh, fuck you. I didn't say fuck you, but you know, you're thinking, you're no, fuck you.
Hold on a minute, I'm actually calling to
that
you.
Was that. I literally went, excuse me, I don't like your attitude. I felt really like, you know, like, and she went, what do you mean? I went, but I don't like your attitude of how you're talking to me. I was calling you out of respect, and I would have offered to pay the transport, but you can sod off now and put the phone down, bitch. Yeah, you know when something really like, I was trying to help, and I can understand. I
probably would have even just gone to pick it up and bothered calling them.
And not a lot of people would, even like with appointments and stuff. I will
try to cancel.
I always will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, doctor's appointments and like appointments that I've made at places, I will cancel.
Yeah, but some people generally don't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's been times where I've ordered things into the pharmacy and I've nearly not gone, but then I've ended up, you know, grabbing it and stuff. But very easily would have nearly just not bothered.
And I really made a thing of doing it, and I thought, that's such a little cage, but well nasty to me.
Well, she was nasty too. I had to call a few people out myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh! Well, as Bill as well. Shit.
Well, I was a bit, it's weird because, like, if there's like an injustice and something serious, very easy for me to say something. But like little things, I'm like, nah, whatever, get over it. You know, I do let a lot of shit go. I don't really make points for point's sake, which I know a lot of people do. Yeah. But I was in, I went to the little Chinese shop. Kason was a tech, so I kept Hayden and we just walked around San Miguel, took him to a little park. And I've got training in London next week, so I thought, oh, I could do with some sticky notepads and stuff for this workshop that I'm putting together. So I brought Hayden into this Chinese shop. Bear in mind, she's mopped the entire bloody floor. Like, it's 4, 5 o'clock. Like, what? No, it wasn't. It was, Kason starts at 5, so it was past 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But you're open till probably 7, 8 o'clock. Why are you mopping the floor before close? Like, it's hours before you're going to close. Yeah. So she said, oh, be careful, it's slippery. Oh, thanks. Now I've got to carry a child while still trying to look for things. That was annoying. Anyway, that's not the issue.
That wasn't even the issue.
That's not the issue. So why mop the floor?
Yeah, it's a very frustrating. I feel like we're on a proper rant today.
Yeah.
I feel like the things that we usually let go, we're literally proper picking at today. Like,
well, I picked up these sticky notepads, 90 cents each. Yeah, fine. Give it to the woman. She said 2.50. I gave her a 5, and I thought 90 and 90 don't come to 2.50. And then she's given me the change back, and I went, hold on, these say 90 cents, and she went, oh, sorry, and then changed it, and then obviously it wasn't much, of like 70 cents.
Give the rest of your money back.
I thought, literally the only thing on that sticky notepad is the 90 cents thing. You've typed in the price because it's not a barcode like swiper thing. So
how have you got it wrong?
How have you got it wrong, or have you done it on purpose?
Yes. And thought, I ain't gonna.
And I literally took the change, I went to put it in my bag, and I was like, no, do you know what? Excuse me, that's wrong.
Good for you.
Got it wrong. Give me my 70 cents.
Yeah.
So I thought, all right. And I remember you saying, like, always checking your change and stuff. And
the bill.
I don't ever check the bill.
No.
My change. So
neither does my family.
I didn't think of you in that moment. I was like, excuse me, change that, please. So that was one, and I did think to myself, have you done that on purpose? Then literally the same day, or the next day, I think it was the next day, it was the Friday. It was the Friday I went, when it was bank holiday, to the shops. Luckily, Liam dropped me straight after Casey's got a drama at 10. Easy. And as we left, I had to walk to the McDonald's because it was gridlock
Oh, yeah,
from like
see.
Punta Prima to like
But why?
Cabra. I had no idea.
And nothing actually happened. It was just
I
people.
couldn't see any roadblocks or any accidents or nothing apart from just cars everywhere.
Yeah, I see that online. How bad
So,
it was.
yeah, all the way up to Punta Prima. So don't know why everybody maybe just had the thing to go shopping, but
Yeah.
I got there just before. Anyway,
There was one holiday day, people.
yeah, literally chill out.
Yeah.
So I went to H&M and I bought this top, and on the tag it had a little red sticker that said like 20% discount. So I've gone to the check-in point and I kind of made a quick calculation in my head roughly what it would be. So I gave it to the woman, and then she charged me, and as I paid, I realised I'd paid the full price. And I went, does that not have a discount? After I'd paid, again, it's only 2-3 euros, but I was like,
the point.
I nearly went to walk away, and I was like,
Random.
excuse me, does that not have a discount? And she went, well, are you a member? And I was like, yes, I am.
Yes,
I am. But you never asked me that before.
Yeah.
And nearly every time I buy something in that shop, they say to me, are you a member? And I go, normally I'll go yes or no, and then they do it. She never asked me the question. Bearing in mind, you have discounts in the shops.
Yeah.
You know people are going to be buying stuff.
And that certain item had the sticker on it
had
for
the
a
sticker.
discount for member.
Had a sticker, so you know for a fact that it had a discount. You didn't check, and you never asked me anyway. And then I was like, yes, I am. And she was like, well, I'm going to have to return it to them, you know, like. But she said
Making you feel bad.
Yeah. And I was like, you didn't do your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Do your job properly.
Making it a whole thing.
Yeah,
because-
like, oh, well, I'm going to have to, you know, return it and give you the money back, and then we're going to have to rebuy it and do another receipt. And I was like, okay.
I was literally like, yeah, okay, then off you go.
And it was funny because I was there for 2 hours. And
Let's see how good fucking cashier or whatever the fuck you are.
And Liam was literally on his way to get me, and if it wasn't for the traffic, he probably would have been like, I'm here. And I was like, no, I'll wait. Go on.
That was like me in Primark.
Yeah.
Getting my complaint from. Lexi was like, you're actually going to wait? I'm like, yes, I am.
Yes, I'm going to wait.
She loves coming to Primark.
But it was just the way she said it as well, like, oh, well, I'm going to have to, like, return it all now. Yeah. Well, ask me the question, check that it has the tag.
We're making you feel
and
bad.
give me my bloody 2-3 euro discount.
You could have been nearly a £5 out of your pocket.
It literally, it was like 16 euros and I got it for like 12.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes.
It just shows how I do actually check, to be fair. I am quite good at checking.
Well, imagine if that happens to you every week. That would add up to hundreds, if not thousands of euros at the end of the year. Yeah. And these are things I normally let go.
But they are, when you sell as a couple of euros, a couple of cents, it's then me and Mitch like save our cents and then put it in the bank. Do you know how much we have? I think I've said it before, like literally a few hundred, and this is like cents.
Yeah.
And that was what we were showing the kids actually.
Pots.
The kids were very like, oh, it's only a cent. It's only a cent. It's only a cent. So me and Mitch did a thing. Like, all right, we'll show you. Yeah. We all take them cents.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and then they were like, oh. So now they're very much more like thingy. And like I did say, I had that experience with the shop with that of checking the bill. Morgan was coming out, and he was like, oh. And I was like, oh, it's all right. It was like, but you said, I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Go and get your money, mate.
No, it's true. And how many times have we been out to like restaurants and stuff, and we've had like, we were out once and we had everybody else's desserts on our bill.
But a big table.
Like a 15 table person table. All their desserts. And it was only because it was like an extra 100 euro than we expected.
But again, we probably wouldn't have done it. It was only, if it wasn't so much.
Yeah.
But like you say, them little bits all the time, it does count up, especially when, you know, with tips and tax and God knows, you're paying enough as it is for
and it's like I say, it's a good lesson for the kids so that they don't think, I can throw money away and like a couple of euros, you know, what's it that it takes care of itself, doesn't it? Like
it is, it's that.
And I have got pots and pots of 20 cents, 50 cents and 1 cent that I need to take to one of them machine things.
Yeah.
Throw it all in.
Well, because they take certain amount off.
They do, yeah.
But certain percent, we just take, you haven't even got to separate it, put all in one bag, take to the bank.
Really?
They only charge like €6 and like whatever amount it is, I think. Do you get what I mean?
So that
we've worked it out. It's more worthwhile our bank. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Taking it to the bank.
Yeah.
Than the machine.
Well, I think the machines take a percentage
of what it is.
Yeah. So I didn't realise if you go to the bank, you get that same result. Oh, fine, I count all your fucking money.
I think what was it?
They must have a machine though that do it for you.
Yeah, well,
they don't sit there and count it.
They don't even do it on the day. I'm not gonna lie. I don't take it. Mitch takes it, so I don't really know. But going from what he's told me, I think basically just thought this could be just Mitch. Actually, thinking this could just be Mitch. I don't know if this is like normal protocol, he just walks in, gives the bag, and then walks out, and then he just tells them what he thinks is in the bag, and then however few days later, within the week, he'll have that money in the bank.
Okay. So they must take his bank details or his account details.
Yeah, they might just take his name, maybe. Yeah. I presume.
I have to ask him.
The way he makes it sound, he just walks in, gives it, and walks out.
Yeah, mate. Sort me out.
It's probably nothing like that.
He probably walks right past the queue, right up to the front. You're right now.
That's what I was thinking. Actually, that could not be like that. You know what I mean? Or Mitch is like, I don't know how he does it, but he's going to get away with so much stuff. But it's not, again, with them kind of things, it's not the point of the amount.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
It is because you want to teach kids like good money lessons and things like that, like checking things, you know, so that you don't lose money here and there, because it is things like, oh well, you know, oh, insurance, I'm paying for 2 insurances I didn't realise I had, or 3-4 subscriptions and I just let it keep coming and I don't cancel it. All those things add up to a lot in a year.
I think that's why I was so thin with the car boot and the binning thing, and I do get it's quite long, but I did feel like mine was so much more throwaway with their stuff. Like, throw it, get a new one.
I think it's just doing it the once. I've never done a car boot here, so I think once I've done it once and I know where to go, how to do it.
I mean, I say it's graft. I don't mean it's graft, but it's not like
it's a long day.
Yeah, it is a long day. I'm not going to lie, but it's a nice feeling at the end when you've got your money in your
pocket.
Well,
even when I put the most I've done is put things on Facebook, but unless it's like worth 20-30 quid, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
And literally, I make people come to like the car park.
Yeah.
So people don't actually know where I live. Little things like that. But yeah, no, I've heard like I would like to do a car boot sale just for the experience. To take Hasten and get like say them to do those things. I used to love doing a car boot sale.
I did.
Or even just go into a car boot sale.
Yeah.
Buying bargains and then selling and stuff.
It's definitely really not as calm as from my experience of like the UK. I feel they're a lot more just like you know.
I think with the British, like I think it is definitely
we're very
more,
polite, but
like polite and like it's friendly banter. And
whereas there, no, especially initially when you just literally get in there, everyone feels like everyone's rummaging through and they're literally bobbing at you, just trying to watch everything. You know what I mean? But no, it is worth it. It is worth it. And again, it just for me, it's that the value and the recycling and that's the more thing, and it is. It's from that we're gonna, you know.
Right. So if I keep some of the stuff. We'll promise we'll do one.
I'm happy to do them.
Before the end of June.
Before the end of June. Yeah, okay. End of June, it's May.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to. I don't think we've got that much stuff, but I'll come with you. I'll just put mine on your plot.
We'll do it together, like half and half.
Yeah, okay. Perfect, there you go then. Deal.
There you go. We'll let you know
You've heard it here.
Our boot sale experience.
The things I put myself up for, I'm joking. I really enjoy it, to be fair.
I think it's
once it's done anyway.
Yeah. Like I say, I just have a real thing about waste, and I think it's because my mum's got a real thing about waste, and my granddad's got a real thing about waste, and it's been, I think, definitely those generations who didn't grow up with much, and you know, you really got the use out of things. And I remember even hearing someone, I think they must be our age, but like grew up in a house where it was like, oh no, put it in a pot, put it in the fridge, you know, wrap it in cling film, put it in the fridge, like you don't waste stuff.
Yeah, like you're like half-eaten sandwich. Yeah, you'll have that later, wrap it up.
Yeah, and exactly.
And even with like the school things, like, you know, like nowadays it's a whole of the trousers to get new trousers. No, we had patches. You know, it wasn't just
really making use of stuff. And like, I remember even my father-in-law making my sister-in-law put like a half. If she'd leave a can on the side of their house, like half drunk, he would put it in the fridge. No.
You've got that one.
Drink that one. Don't open another one.
Yeah. Which it makes it right in a way.
Yeah. You don't want to bring up kids that are wasteful or like say beg you for a €50 toy and then pay for it twice and then throw it away. So no, I think it's good. But with the waste thing, like the boys' birthdays are coming up, and I'm like getting worse, I think, as I get older with waste stuff. And I think when you're clearing stuff out of your house and you're realising how much money I'm spending on things that aren't being used, that are a waste, that you're not going to get the money back for.
Especially when we talk about how much the things that they do love and the memorable things are not necessarily
it's not always the material stuff,
you know.
So with the boys' birthdays, I think we've spoken about birthdays before, but one thing that I'm looking at is obviously like the little decoration and like themes and stuff. So Hayden's going to be 2, so I was looking at ordering like some bits and bobs for like decoration, and then I'm like, I've still in some of the drawers like little things from Easter that I've bought and like Cason's old birthday banners that have literally been up for like a day, and I'm like, this feels like such a waste. And it is literally, I don't know, a 10 or 15, 20 quid on Shein to get a few of them bits, but I'm like, is it a waste?
And then you feel a bit miserable when you don't.
But then I see all these other people with huge balloon arch, big massive like stand with the words on and personal like.
But it does. It feels like a pressure. Like you've got to keep up or whatever that is.
Yeah.
But my question would be personally, when you had a party, do you remember any balloons or banners, or do you just remember anything that happened on the day?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but I feel that most of these things are done for Instagram anyway. Is it really done for the child?
I think to that,
I'm not going to say I haven't done it.
To that extent,
yeah.
I think
okay,
it is Instagram photo worthy. But at the same time, does having less decorations take away from the experience? You know, when you wake up and it's like, oh, balloons.
But you can still do that. You can still have an impact on that. And also, sometimes doing it so much, sometimes they have this expectation. You
you have to outdo yourself.
Yeah, but also as they grow up too, and it's quite a lot for them when they work.
I'm wrestling with it
because it's not always normal.
Yeah,
in a way, I say not normal because you should celebrate, and but it shouldn't be. That is not the be all and end all. And going on recycling, I'm not even going to lie. Okay, for the first few years when they're younger, which is stupid because I don't remember it. You get all the new stuff, you get all the big things, and as they grow up, you're like, do they really need it? And you do less and less when they actually are remembering it. But in all honesty, my kids' banners are recycled every year.
What do you mean? Like you just give them away or you sell them?
No, I put them in my box. I've got a box of stuff. You know, I've got like shitloads of boxes and everything, but I've got a box of like birthday bits.
Yeah, but normally they're themed. So it's like Kaysen's last one was Minecraft. He doesn't want a Minecraft birthday this year, so I can't get it.
I wouldn't get something. Well, the only thing I probably had specific is probably with Lexi, like Stitch, Morgan with like football.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my banners are just like boy-y, girly.
Right.
And then things around that. And the colour, my balloons are just different colours. Obviously for the boys, it'd just be, Lexi's like still different colours. The boys, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. And then Mason, as he's getting older, it's more like gold and black, that kind of thing. And then if it's anything, every year I just get a number balloon, and I don't even inflate it anymore. I blow it up myself and stick it to the ceiling.
I've seen that hack actually.
To the ceiling with the thing down, so it looks like it's floating.
Well, because it's expensive otherwise. By the time you spend I think for the most of the engagement parties that I've thrown for you lot, oh my god,
more than the balloon.
Yeah, literally, like the helium is well expensive. But yeah, so I'm wrestling because it's like I don't want to waste the money, but I do want to celebrate at the same time. And I remember I listened to a podcast not long ago with Emma Greedy, who's like behind Skims and Good American, and she's launched like multi-million-pound brands with like Kardashians and loads of other brands. And she's a mum of 4, and she says, I celebrate big, like whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Easter, like that is like what I like to do. And they're the memories obviously that I make. And part of it is spending money on stuff.
Yeah, see, it depends on how you think of going big. For example, like we decorate with their bits, but it's not like a huge big arch and full-on backdrop, like how things are getting lately. Like you got to think, I had Mason and that. I didn't even think he had baby showers. You even knew what they were.
That's what
I mean. And now it's like a full-on wedding for a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I think it's just how things that in that way. For me, they still have some balloons and they have some banners. Okay, and you make your own thing of what. You know what I mean? Of every year. It's like when your Christmases and your Easters, everyone has their own thing in their home, Yeah. It's difficult now because it's much easier to compare with social media, I think, things like that, for us and children.
Yeah.
But for me and mine, it's what they do. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They're the things that they're remembering. So whether they're going somewhere with their friends, if we're having a barbecue with everyone at home, like Lexi obviously plans her wild bites. It's funny because she only said it the other day about what she wants to do, and it's basically she wants to have a barbecue at home with her friends. She wants to do it separate, like our lot and her school friends, because otherwise how am I going to play with like Kaysen and my school friends? Like that's the worry, so she has to do 2 separate pies. But that's it. I know it sounds that's it, but you know what I mean? That's what she wants.
It's not. I'd really love a huge big balloon arch at this table. Or just
not one mention of theme colour. backdrop.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Hasten's proper theme. He's like, yeah, this year it's Mario.
But is that not how, because you've made it like that?
Probably.
You know what I mean?
I think
That
I
sort of
asked
thing.
him, what do you want
Exactly.
for the theme this
So
year?
it's what we even, so if you do all these things, which is lovely, do it.
Yeah.
But it does put the pressure on you to keep it up for a start.
Yeah.
And also I think it gives I found a bit miserable because it's not. I think it's great that you do. I just personally don't think I need to do all
I'm
that.
never going to spend...
I didn't even do it for my own wedding birthday. I ain't going to do it.
I'm never going to spend 150, 200 quid on a balloon arch and a personalised sign and millions of decorations.
And I respect them who do it because it's good
that
work and good
what you want to
materials
do.
and whatever.
I mean,
but
I just personally see that as, for me, a waste of money.
Talking about waste. Yeah.
If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not saying that you're wrong for that, but for me, to then like pop all those balloons and take all the stuff down, it just feels like a waste. I'm happy to spend 20 quid maybe on a few scene decorations.
This woman, how old are her children?
Probably a mix between our age.
Okay, the only reason I say that is because I feel like people do say that when their children are very, very young, and I just think, you wait.
Till the presents get more expensive.
You wait, because it's not the same. It just, I feel like with experience, you learn your own preferences and you just learn life lessons or whatever, don't you? You just, for yourself. And again, everyone else is different. And I'm not judging or, want everyone else. Great, you do it. It's just, I personally don't, or I personally do. You know what I mean? Of whatever that is. Talking about with waste though, again, I do think this is more an age thing because I know I think we were very like it anyway. When you kind of go into a shop or go somewhere and you pick the most expensive because it's the most expensive. You pick the biggest thing because it's the biggest thing, not necessarily the best thing, but it's just what you do, isn't it? You know
it's
what I mean?
stands out.
Yeah, especially buying gifts. You think, you know what I mean? I'm just going to do this because it's
a gift. Yeah.
The reason I say this is because, and I really don't want to sound miserable because, oh my God, it's just amazing that obviously with that close that he does it and obviously talking about Spanish Mother's Day. Mason's at an age where he's sort of like just kind of taken over that role of, Mother's Day and Father's Day gifts with the kids because he's old enough to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he'd rang Mitch and said, I've sorted the kids for Mother's Day, bless him. And I know, even that alone was just...
No, I've got my own thing.
No.
Like, I've sorted theirs.
Yeah, which he used to do. Or even the kids would have to remind him, growing up at these ages, because I'm a bit more like, no, you should, Yeah. And now he's just the whole turnaround, you know what I mean, of that growing up.
All them years of annoying.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying about even with the spending on things. I just feel like sometimes you just learn or, Anyway, so weirdly enough, he'd asked me the day before, what do you want? And I was like, what do I want for what? He said Mother's Day. And I was like, oh, that day I was searching for chocolate in my house. There was nothing. So he kind of asked me in that moment. And I was like, I want chocolate. He's like, all right, okay, you don't want anything else? I just want chocolate. So he got me like, yeah. He got me 2 packets of like Mars bars, a maxi pack of Maltesers. I was happy. Yeah. But then he'd got me, which he'd give from Lexi, bless him as well, this, it's like a shape of a shoe, a very beautiful bottle perfume. It's called Caroline Herrera.
Yeah.
The new one.
You mean, like the really
it's
high
like
stiletto.
It's like 150, 60 quid perfume.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't even know perfumes existed,
Jeez, yeah.
And he got it on offer, again, 90 quid or something like that. I was just a bit like,
oh, that's hard-earned money.
Exactly. Right. So Mitch had even offered, do you want me to give you some money back, mate? Like, he was like, no, it's my mum, I love her. Like, it's fine.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just that,
Yeah.
But it was the point of, I didn't want to then say to him, right, look, I haven't, because obviously it sounds like I'm being unappreciated. And I love it. That's so lovely. Yeah. And you don't want to sound
my mum says it to me every year when we were growing up and getting it. Don't spend a
I said it when I said
a lot of money.
I did when he asked me, when I said
and
chocolate,
it's like,
just don't spend
as a kid, no, like I want to treat you. So it's like he's
Yeah.
doing the same to you now.
And it was just so nice how he's obviously, apparently there was half an hour in the shop. His girlfriend smelled like every perfume going because they were there. He's there trying to obviously pick one thing. He's not just going in and taking one either. It was the whole thing of he actually smelled it
to try.
You know what I mean? And then spent what he spent,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a bit like I wanted to be like, like what's the word? Practical in terms of telling him,
mind your money.
Yeah.
Don't
But at the same time, I'm just like,
impulse
do you know,
buy.
sometimes it is what I'm saying. Sometimes it was just nice to be like, oh, thanks, mate. That's really lovely.
Yeah.
I'm only going to spray it once a year, but thank you.
I'm going to keep it so it
But when
lasts.
I was younger, that's what I did. I had, you know, the biggest milliliter bottle of expensive thing you can buy, and now I'm more like, hey, where can I find it? Where's the shops that do?
Where's the knockoff?
Yeah, you know, it's just how I don't know, especially how I've got anyway.
Well, no, it's true. Even Liam bought one the other day, which was meant to be this really expensive scent, and he bought it that was like 20 quid or whatever it was, like a replica.
Yeah,
but it's this smell that everyone's like going mad for.
yeah.
But yeah, it's at his age, I didn't care about those things. It was like
I wanted that one, and that's it
that's
because
the
it's
one,
that.
Yeah.
I'm so
Whereas
right.
now you do. You just search for bargains. and
So just
you
talking about
prioritise
that.
different things that I would never spend that much money on a perfume for myself.
No,
Or even for a gift.
no.
Like, because it's like, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I think I have once or twice for my mum, like one that
That's
I
what-
knew that she wore when we were growing up and stuff. But yeah,
It
So,
just,
in that
that's what I'm
situation-
saying. It was a bit like,
it's
Thanks,
because
mate.
you
Just
wouldn't
thank
spend
you
that
so
money on
much.
yourself.
it was just lovely. And I didn't even want him to, obviously, you know, it was just like,
Yeah,
well, that's really lovely. In the end, I was, you know, just have a whole conversation in my head, and he was like, oh, thanks, mate. It's
Yeah.
really lovely. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to then go, but at the end,
Yeah.
I just left it at that.
no, you need to sometimes.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
Yeah, and it was the whole thing with how we did it. I just thought, well done, mate. I must be doing something right.
Yeah. Do you talk to him much about how to manage his money?
I think we always have, really, me and Mitch, to be fair. But then I always was, between my mum and my granddad, so much with like,
You mean they taught you?
Yeah,
and
money
were open?
management.
Yeah.
it was a big thing with my mum and my granddad. Was money
What are the main
management.
things that they taught you that you passed on?
To have you separate. So when you get your money, you go that, but don't leave your pocket short. And my dad, the only thing my dad ever taught me was always have it. I think I've said it before. Always have your running away money.
No.
Yeah.
Why
Why not? Why not?
Running away, mate.
Yeah. Always have your money. That's what he says to
What's
me.
that mean?
Just always have a little bit of just, you know. just in case.
Like emergency.
Yeah, just to get things away.
With your passport in
With
your bag
coming
at the
from my
door.
dad, it's really strange. You'd think my mum would say that
I
to
was
me.
gonna say, like, running away, that term just like
It's just something he's always said. You know, like, I don't know if it's because my mum maybe had just control of the finances in terms of that, and
Yeah.
he thought, right, I'm just gonna keep a little bit back here,
Yeah.
you know, for myself running away money. You know what I mean? That's what, and it's just something he's always said to me. So it's just
Yeah.
I just more that, if, you know, like you spend, you save, you invest, and then your pockets.
Yeah.
That's the basic of it.
Yeah.
That's how I would. I'd fan it out, basically. Don't put it all into one.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, I remember even before I got a bank account and I was working at 14 in the markets, I would come home and I'd have different envelopes.
That's it.
And it was like bike money,
I remember the
moped,
market.
shopping like money and stuff, yeah, and I'd like put it
Yeah.
in different things.
But that's why I love that. That's well with the side of cash. I think you can just see it. I know you can do your own accounts and your things. I'm not saying that, but I just think it feels
sometimes-
better with your
I think
envelopes.
sometimes
Like you doing that.
that can help you not spend
That's
because you're
control,
physically
though.
handing over it.
That's learning control.
Yeah, but I mean, like with the cash, like I feel like sometimes psychologically you can save more because when you're handing your own money that you've earned over, it's very different than a tap. The tap doesn't, tap my card, tap my phone. It doesn't feel like you've spent money.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So like the cash,
Yeah,
I think
yeah. sometimes
sometimes is like,
it's harder.
do I actually really want this?
Yeah.
Because I'm giving over my money.
But also,
for
it feels better when you've got it, like you said, when you was getting it, and you were, because we all get paid into banks now. You know what I mean? And you know, when you get that money in cash, and, like you said, you put it in, it feels
good.
because you can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thing.
No, it's true.
But that's what I would say to mine anyway. But live. Because we're all so serious about everything, and I just, especially with mates like that, but this is when he obviously put New York and all these things. I'm like, yeah, that's what you should be doing, mate. Still do your life. You've got to do your life. He does his college and he works full time and he's driving and his girlfriend and his family and everything that he's doing, and he's smashing it. But go and live as well. Go and, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why when you're separating your money out, there should always be a guilt-free spending amount that you put to one side. That can be spent on whatever you want. No justification needed. No debating, do I need it, do I not need it? Like, that is guilt-free spending money. That if you want it, you can spend that and you know that you've covered everything else.
Yeah. If you want to go for a really expensive meal, if you want to go shopping, if you want to just book up, whatever it is, like you say, just do it.
Yeah.
Would you be similar with what I've said about mine with yours.
Yeah, I think it definitely needs to be spoken about as young as possible. I think they need to be using money. Like I said, that's why I want to do like the car boot sale and stuff. And even with like his birthday money, like now it's like he's getting to the age like case where it's like, right, what you've got in your envelope, like what you're going to spend it on. If there's nothing in the shop that you want, there's no point just finding something. Do you want to save it and wait?
Yeah.
And like getting them to make those decisions for themselves.
But you're right, because I never even used to do, you know, like when they would have their money and they wanted something, then I'd get it and not take that money.
Yeah.
Where I'm, no, you owe me that money.
Yeah.
No, you've got to give it me now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is, obviously when they're younger, you kind of let it go. When they get to a certain age, you start, no, I need to. I'm not being a type person or parent.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing this for the better for them.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself anyway.
Yeah.
That's how I would personally go with mine. Do you know what I mean? Because money management's, I've seen so many adults who've just got no money.
And like the financial literacy behind it, like understanding how money works and like having good practices and learning, like with you spend it all, it's gone, and you can't, you know, you need to prioritize. You need, you know, money can only go so far.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you can't overspend what you don't have. You know, I think that's what my mum's always been like. Credit's bad, like, you know, only spend what you got, live below your means, like save up for things. If you can't afford it, twice don't buy it. If it takes everything, like you probably shouldn't, you still can't afford it, even if it's all you save.
I don't even have a credit card. I don't even, that's
one thing I have come away from her a little bit. Like, I totally agree that credit for liabilities is wrong. You shouldn't use your credit card to splurge on things. Like, you should earn and save that money and spend it out of your own money for things that you want. But she's so anti-loans credit. I mean, she's been always very good at like property and things like that. And you know, having meetings with banks and getting loans and all those things. But that, exactly that side of it, she totally gets how it all works. But yeah, there is a certain element of you can lend for the right things. You know, property for her has always been the right thing, but yeah, there's probably
for whatever it is in your life.
But definitely,
and always being realistic of being able to pay it back. Don't put that pressure on yourself. You know what I mean? In that moment, I'll be able to pay that back, and then you're just going to stress yourself out so long. Do you know what I mean? It's just being,
or rushing. Like, I really want something, so I'm just going to go for like the first thing that I want, even if it's not the right thing. Like, you know, with cars, buying a house, like the big things, you just want it, and you want it so desperately that you just rush into it. Without understanding everything that comes with it.
Well, that's why I remember it more as me as a kid. I know I do it with our kids too. But you know, like even giving the kids to go and pay something. You know what I mean? You go and pay it and get your change. You know, like that, them little things. I know it's different when the bill comes, it's different. You know, like giving the kid, you go and be an adult, go and do it. And
it's funny you say that, because I've seen something recently about that, and I did a video, one of the first videos I recorded by myself. And it's about sales skills, and we can teach kids sales skills young, and the earlier you do it, the better you'll be as an adult. And there's certain sales skills that falls under sales, but it would work in any environment, no matter what job that you have. Like effective presence of like how the kind of energy that you give off, and how people like take you seriously or not by how you stand and how you conduct yourself. Communication, listening skills, all these are sales skills. But this is what all kids should have. And building their confidence with little jobs like that is so good, and you should be doing it from when they're young. Like asking them to go pay the bill, ask them to go ask people questions. I do that for cases all the time.
I don't know if it's our environment, you know, like we go camping and you know, them sort of things as well. You just, sometimes you can see a proper like a camp child. I know it sounds stupid, but you just that different of that confidence of going to make a friend. You know what I mean? Of that. They're just used to it.
Walking into a room, well, it's like an adult walking into a room and networking and then making connections with people, introducing yourself, like,
and being a bit more, you know, like knowing someone like, oh, she's so like robot-y, or actually she's talking about it, she's real. You know, like that, you know what I mean?
I think even when we were speaking about your Hendu, like your cousin, like would make friends with anyone, because she's just that type of person that can walk in very comfortably and have a conversation with someone and get to know someone and like, oh, she's really easy to talk to. that is such a skill.
Yeah, it is.
And kids can learn that from being young, and kids are less in their head about it. And if you don't learn those skills, then you've got to go through it when you're an adult, because you're going to need them kind of skills at some point in your life.
Well, I don't know, she's an only child. You think it's because of that? You know, like she's had to just go out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's got a massive family.
I would have said the opposite.
Oh, would you? Oh, you know, because she's had to go and she's on her own sort of thing. So she's had to kind of go out there.
Possibly. But then you would think that, like, when you're an only child, there's less like conflict resolution that you have to go through.
Yeah, inside. Like, I see what you mean.
So yeah, like even just different social situations, you don't have that practice.
Yeah.
You know, like siblings, if they want something and you want something, how do you get over it? How do you have an argument? And all those things. True. And like even jumping in when your kids argue, if you separate it and end it, like there's no conflict resolution. They haven't learned that skill. So letting them talk it out.
It's true. Sometimes
you have to step in sometimes. Yeah. Being like, right, sit down, no shouting, your turn, and come to a conclusion.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like, what's going on? And sometimes I'm like, will you just go away? I don't care.
Sort it out. Yeah. I don't care. Sometimes you have to leave them to it because their bosses are going to jump in and go, right, come sit down, let's hear you all out. Like, no, you have to stick up for yourself, but you have to do it in a way that you can communicate with another person. And I work in big corporate companies and I can see the people that have these skills and the people that don't. Yeah. And everybody wants to advance their career in the corporate world. Like you plan to go to the next step, next step. So many of these people will never get to that next step because they don't have these basic skills. And the minute you get more responsibility, the responsibility comes because you're in charge of people. Yeah. You can't be in charge of people if you don't have these skills.
And get that connection. Yeah. You can have the title, but if you haven't got that connection,
that's what shit leadership is.
Exactly.
Shit leadership.
You're not going to get anywhere with anyone.
If the people that have got the experience, have been in the company for so long, they automatically get the promotion, but they don't have the people skills to deal with it, and that's when you have shit leadership and a shit team.
Yeah. Well, this is why I was so thin with Mason, because I don't know if I ever told you, with the college, they said, oh, we don't think you should be in work. We think you should take a year out and come and finish his year in school. And I was like, not a fucking chance. I said, he's learnt more at work than he has in the school practically. He's the one who's going around helping, you know, because because he goes night time because he works. You know, you've got elder men in there, fully grown men who are learning and getting their title as well at their age. He's the one who's going around doing it all, teaching them. So he's learnt that from there. I was like, not a chance would I pull him out of that to go and do that from what he's learned, not just the job. He learned it when he used to go to work with Mitch. The people skills, like you say, how to charge people, how to deal with that side of it. Because
how to deal with the complaints,
everything, all of it. You know what I mean? From the start to the finish, from getting the phone call, from doing the job, to charging the job, to finishing the job, to completing the job, to whatever it is, or follow up, however, whatever you're in. But for me, that's the obviously you've got to learn a trade or whatever it is you're in. I know the ins and outs of
the job. Why you're doing both.
But the base, like you say, is so important in every aspect of any career, really. It doesn't matter in corporate. I think it helps if you've got that people skill.
Yeah, like I did all my education back to back, and I've always had a job alongside it. But when I was doing my masters was when I had my proper corporate job while I was doing it. Same thing. Friday evenings, Saturday all day, for a year, and it was tough to do both. But I was in a room with loads of people, all younger than me, because again, I had a couple of years gap between my degree and my master's, all younger than me. Not one of them had a job. We're doing a master's about business and business management and business administration and operations. Not one of you have even got a side job.
Any experience in anything.
So really, you've got nothing to apply it to. It's in the real textbook. World. Yeah. And we all know from any subject that you do, whether it's languages, whether it's trades, whether it's business, anything, textbook's one thing, practical something else. You have to do both and you have to do it together.
I think that's why it's so good that we got to work so young.
It's a shame that you can't
in what
do
we
that
did because that taught so much without us even knowing it. Yeah. And we smashed it. Yeah. I don't know how, you know what I mean? I know I sound a bit heady with that, but I know we did. Yeah. And I don't to be horrible. Sometimes some people smash it. No, when some people you think, oh my God. you know, and I really am grateful actually. At the time, I wasn't, obviously.
Yeah.
We didn't moan about it, we just did it actually. We just went and smashed it out and that was it.
Might have moaned like, oh, it was a long day, but I didn't moan about having a job.
Yeah.
Like, I liked the independence of the money, but
exactly.
like, I think it was just expected. Like,
but what we know without even realising it was so much, and it's them little things along life in the way that, like you say, if they've just done that and then they've had no experience behind, you really, you just think, oh no, because it feels like you've got all this textbook knowledge when
you can't apply it.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly.
You can tell me how to handle a situation, but unless you've been in that situation, then you might change what you think is the best.
But it's hard to sell it, isn't it? I think sometimes as well. I know confidence is key, but you know what I mean?
Well, confidence is key, and if you haven't ever been in any of them situations, how can you have confidence to deal with it?
That's why I think, all these experiences are important.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So no, that's what I'll be drilling into my boys, all them sales skills that we mentioned, all the stuff that's in my video, but also the money side of things as well.
And I think it's them aspects of how we were brought up are definitely coming back. Well, mine are old obviously, so they're not coming back, I've already put it into place, but them little things when what I remember growing up at, I'm definitely implementing to mine, because I do think it helps.
For sure, and there's definitely things where I can afford it, but I don't want to pay for that. I don't see the value in that. I see it as something else.
So, exactly that.
And that's why rich people are rich. Not saying that I'm rich yet, but rich people don't get rich by spunking all their money.
No, you're right.
They have good money systems.
I say that all the time, actually.
There you go.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
It's because they're tight.
Usually. But they still have their things that they're happy to spend a lot of money on. Or the thing is they
for what they value.
They save things. They spend it on assets. The assets then pay for their liability. They're not working hard and spending all of their salary on a Ferrari. They're saving up. They're spending it on properties, on investments, and then the money that they earn from that they haven't had to work for, because it's all passive income that they spend on their Ferrari.
And sometimes in terms of like, say, handbags and stuff, they think that's an investment because it's long lasting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In that time of it,
high-end want to stuff like Chanel bags and stuff, and Rolexes and things, they hold their value. So if I'm going to spend money on a designer thing, I'm not going to buy one that any person can buy that's cheap. I'm going to spend the money that is going to hold its value. And if I ever want to resell it, or it's still an asset, I own something that I can sell. I'm not owning a bag that the minute I spend $5 grand on it, tomorrow it's worth $2.
Which is what we're doing with everything we buy. It's just we don't have them assets.
Which is why sort your house out, and then you'll soon change your ideas of what you want to spend money on. But no, that was a good chat. I wonder how other people teach their kids about money.
I'd like to hear what advice they give theirs, or what they plan to, what they put into their own. Is it something that you've learned from yourself and you think, right, from my experience, you are or you're not gonna, advise you to do this or not advise you to do that. You know what I mean? And how do you feel about, like what I said about expensive the gifts, when you get to a point, oh, it's really nice, but so I'd just like to hear what you think. Are you just like, I love it, thanks?
Who cares? Worry about
I deserve it.
But a lot of people do. I deserve that. I hear that all the time. I deserve that. And sometimes you do, but sometimes it's something that you're telling yourself to give you the excuse to buy something. But no, it's interesting.
And how do you feel about Minimalist? Is it something that you think is important, or is it something that you've never really spoke about? And
I think it's definitely something more people talk about now. So it'd be interesting to hear. I bet there's a lot of people our age that have no idea, that have had to be burnt to learn the right way, and then are probably teaching their kids different, because I don't think our parents knew a lot. They probably had the basics: save up, buy a house, those kind of things. But they didn't know a lot. We know a lot more, and I think our kids will know even more.
Well, let's hope so. And do you check your bill?
Do check your bill. And have you been shortchanged? You can avoid them places.